Okay. It's a Christmas miracle. Do we actually review this? We can do a quick review. Why not? It's been a while since we've done a review. Right. Florida woman who raped her autistic brother-in-law and had his baby claimed she was the victim. So, look, this sounds pretty bad, but how autistic is the question? From the title, I assume he must be pretty low functioning. He must be a deranged Florida woman has been charged with allegedly raping her autistic brother-in-law over the course of a decade and giving birth to his child, according to authorities.
Merry Autism.
Tarballs, Merry Autism to you too. Amanda Rose Brooks was arrested on December 7th by U.S. Marshals and charged with sexual battery and lying to authorities that she had been the victim of sexual assault in the Lower Keys. In June 2022, Brooks reached out to the sheriff's office claiming she had been repeatedly sexually assaulted by her husband and his brother. The Keys Citizen reported, citing an arrest warrant. Kay gave screenshots of messages with friends depicting her as the victim of abuse and claiming that she'd been harassed by her husband's family for having left with her children. Screenshots of messages with friends? Yeah, but she can just write whatever she wants. That is... What does that face look like? This is like the face of a Bethesda extraneous villain character. This is like a medieval fantasy. Some Unreal 5... Yeah, looks like a video game auxiliary yet evil character. Just a little side evil character. This is the woman who gives you food that poisons you in the tech demo for a new Unreal Engine. Played at E3. Brooks said that she and her husband had been her brother-in-law's sole caretaker. No, her then. If we're talking autistic guy with a caretaker, yeah, her then. A month later, however, the victim's mother reached out to the sheriff's office and claimed that Brooks had in fact been assaulting her autistic son over the course of 10 years. According to the report. The victim told... Because what if it was like, oh, she was this autist, but then the autist was like me. The victim told his mother Brooks on multiple occasions entered his room and initiated sex despite his protests, telling him to be quiet, not tell anyone, and that the assault was okay because it made her feel good. I see. Confirmed that the retard is the dad? Bro... Brooks' husband told investigators that during the last incident, Brooks had been using an ovulation tracker. So she wasn't just abusing the disabled person she was the carer for. She was specifically... she wasn't just doing it because she wanted sex with a special needs person who couldn't consent to that, or maybe he could consent to sex, but he clearly doesn't consent to this. She specifically also wanted to get pregnant. That's insane. That's insane. Also, who would say yes to this, to be honest? That's such a creepy face. If you gave me no other details and just showed me this face and said she does horrible things, I'd say, yeah, guilty. Guilty. Your Honor, look at her face. Your Honor, look at her face. Guilty. Thanks for that, Link. What a delightful start to the to the Christmas Eve stream. We have an interesting thing to actually start with, though, and it's the trash game that I presume will be cool that I downloaded last night for my trash folder. Oh, Civi, I told you, right? I got Death Must Die, but Noctis gifted me $25 on Steam. I then bought Death Must Die as part of the Death Must Die Brotato bundle. I already own Brotato, so I got 19% off Death Must Die instead of the standard 10%, which means I got Death Must Die for £4.77. Spending £4.77 and subtracting that from my $25 credit means my Steam now says Harmful Opinions 1488. And I did not intend for this whatsoever. It's like when I went into Lidl the other day, and we got a bunch of treats and snacks from Lidl. We went through the checkout, and the guy was, that'll be $70.76. I was like, it will commence again. I was saying like, hey, that's a very American number. Great, it's time for another Revolutionary War. And I thought it was chill, but Lucky Bee said I was making the guy uncomfortable, and he was like looking at me weird, but I didn't notice. You know the little cashiers have, like, cashiers in budget supermarkets here have body cams now. Yeah. Not body counts, body cams. Do they do this in the US? Do people who work at grocery stores have body cams in the US? So, Lidl staff to wear body cameras after surge in shoplifting. Lidl has invested $2 million in body cams. They say it's because of shoplifting and assault against staff. Incidents of violence and abuse towards industry workers had almost doubled against pre-pandemic levels. What the fuck? 365,000 shoplifting offenses were recorded by police in the year to June. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. It's like, here it's just Lidl doing it. And you have Lidl in the US, right? You definitely have Lidl or Aldi or something like that, right? Fuck are cameras gonna do? I think more than catching people, they probably function as a deterrent. Yeah, Lidl is pretty much the same as Aldi. It's the same. We have both here, but Lidl and Aldi are very similar. They're like hyper-budget places. You're corona sick, and Tim just sent me an image of him having Nazi numbers on his Steam account balance, not even a Merry Christmas. I sent it to the group chat. Okay? Happy Kwanzaa. Do you remember to leave out orange soda for Black Panther? I thought you had to leave out orange soda for Kel. One of my favorite internet lies is that Kel from Kenan and Kel got brain damage, was abducted by a gang, and that's how he became Waka Flocka Flame. I love that lie so much. I love it so much because there are people who believe it. Twitch admits everyone loves Bobs. I don't know. I didn't love Boogie's Bobs. I did not love Boogie's Bobs. Boogie genuinely, like, Boogie's gunt is like a pull indicator. Feels like I could grab the flap and just rip a layer off him, and it would be really satisfying. Think of how much weight he'd lose if he just let me do that as well. Like 120 pounds, gone instantly. Boogie, call me. Yeah, but then, Shahamat, I can eat Boogie's flesh. It's a perfect transfer of energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only taken from Boogie and eaten. Merry capitalist holiday? True, true. I was really happy to see there was a guy standing at the side of the road dressed as Santa. He was giving out candy. So I went up to him and I said, "Merry Christmas!" hoping he'd give me a piece of candy, but then I realized he was only giving candy to kids. So I lowered my gaze and walked away. Lowered my gaze and walked away.